All right, welcome to Talking Investing. I am Tom. This is not financial advice. Today is Tuesday morning on October 19th. It's moments before the market opens at the time of this recording. So I just wanted to go through the Bitcoin miners and Bitcoin. I want to talk about yesterday's activity right before we open here today, and then take a look and see what we think is going to happen today. So let's run down yesterday's Bitcoin miner activity. So Bitfarms was up 4.09%. HUT was down 2.05%. Cleanspark was up 3.1%. Marathon was up 5.24%. Riot was up 7%. Hive was up 7.03%. Bit Digital was down 2.32%. Cypher was up 13.02%. GREE was down 1.48%, and Any was down 3%. So it was a mostly green day. However, there were 3 or 4 miners that had down days. Bitcoin is at $62,371. It's been bouncing around this morning, plus or minus $62,000, and all of the Bitcoin miners in pre-market are green right now, somewhere between up 2%, 3%, or 4%. This is a big picture overview of the Bitcoin chart for really just the last few weeks. You know, this is 3.5 weeks and we're up over 50% in Bitcoin. So this has been a monster run. I don't think it's over. I remain bullish on Bitcoin. You guys know I've been bullish on Bitcoin. It looks like we're in a little bit of a consolidation period. This is about the last 5 days for Bitcoin. This took us from the close on Friday through now it's Tuesday morning. And you can see we're in the middle of this green candle right here. So we're at 62,497. We've been moving up and down this range all morning. In general, we're stuck in a very tight range. The market is about 1 minute from opening. Of course, the Bitcoin market's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So I want to add a line to this, and I think we're probably going to break right through it, but I'm going to add it anyway. So that line is at about 63,000. You'll see this candle wick on Friday almost touched that, and then this candle wick, which was 10 o'clock last night, did touch that. These are 2-hour candles, so you'll see here once, twice. We did wick below this, but the 2-hour candle itself finished way above the 59,625. So if you want to just call that 60,000 just to make life easy, you know, I think we've got a real solid floor down here around 60,000. And we have a very short-term resistance at around 63,000. I'm actually expecting to break through that today. However, super short-term predictions on Bitcoin can be dangerous. We have been in a very, very tight range. This has been $3,000 from top to bottom, and it's really mostly been even tighter than that. You can see this is trending up. So the market's open. If I look across all the miners at the moment, they're all green. However, they're closer to sideways than they are up. They're not running today yet. But Bitcoin seems to be on quite a run at the moment. Now we're at 62,949. It almost looks like we're going to cross my line. So I told you that line wasn't going to be there for long. It may be there shorter than I think. We are at $63,000 right now. So if we can close a candle above that line, the next line above that is just under 65,000, which is Bitcoin's all-time high. So this candle that we're in the middle of here is extremely encouraging. We're clearly at the top of our short-term trading range. So if we can break through, I think the next run is straight to the all-time high. It's possible at that point that we have a short-term burst to the upside because there's really, obviously, at the all-time high, there's no lines of resistance above that. So at some point, we will pull back and start testing some lines of support. But at the moment, we seem to be just trending straight up. And you can see as we're looking, we're now at 63,282. So just this one candle that we're in right now, the low was 62,020. We're at 63,200, so that's a $1,200 candle that we're about an hour and a half into right now. So very encouraging action going into the opening this morning. I want to take a look at 3 stocks that are behaving well today, and they're behaving well in general. However, they have been lagging behind the group. So I've been kind of following these, talking about having them catch up, and I think they're all looking to do that. So let's take a look starting at Bitfarm. Okay, so this is Bitfarms chart for about the last month and a half, starting at the beginning of September. So if you remember on the channel, we were talking about Bitfarms actually got under $5. It got all the way down to $4.28, which never made any sense to me at all. I still think at its current price, it's very undervalued. But we have had, so since this low here on September 29th, and that was the beginning of the Bitcoin bull run that we just talked about. So Bitfarms is up 37%. So it's starting to catch up to Bitcoin. If you remember, Bitcoin was up 52%. But you will see that most of that is actually in the last 1 week. This is October 13th. So, 18% of that was this week. It looks to me like Bitfarms has gotten healthy. It took out this line at $5.10, which I don't understand why it was ever below that line. And then it finally did take out this line at $5.35, and that was really just yesterday or the day before. And you can see it met with resistance on October 5th, and then again here on October 11th, it got rejected at that line. We did hold that line on October 15th, retested it that same day, and we've been up ever since, heading towards this $5.95 line. That is not my Bitfarms short-term price target. The yellow line up here at $7.32 is actually my short-term target. This is now the Bitfarms to Bitcoin comparison. So you will see, whereas back at the beginning of September, these lines were crisscrossing and, they were in the same neighborhood. All of a sudden, Bitcoin is up 27%, and in that same exact period of time, Bitfarms is down 4.5%. So it needs to close that gap. I suspect that it will, because over time, these lines do tend to crisscross. So there are times where Bitfarm is outperforming Bitcoin, and at the moment, Bitcoin has been outperforming Bitfarms. Next is Riot. So I did a video on Riot about a month ago. You can check that out, and I explain all of these numbers and information right here. And Riot was in a big 1 month downward trend in the month of September. Now, Bitcoin did not have a good month of September either. However, Riot did much worse than Bitcoin did. Let's just add that so that we can take a look at that. So you can see, so here's the end of the month of September. Again, these lines crossed somewhere around September 2nd, so they were about even. And since then, Riot is down 7.7% and Bitcoin is up 36.44%. So massive discrepancy there. I would expect this gap to close as well. So Riot is over $30 right now. It's up 2.48% on the day. It had run up this morning to almost $32 at the open. So we'll see how Bitcoin goes. I think as Bitcoin goes, so goes the Bitcoin miners for the day today. In general, that's true, and I think that will hold true today as well. Since October 13th, which was less than a week ago, very positive trend here, and I'm expecting this trend to follow. So this was a lagger. I think it's going to do some catching up. This is Cleanspark. So Cleanspark has gotten very healthy. Again, this was September 29th, which was Bitcoin's low. So since then, Cleanspark is up 53%. So that's actually apples to apples with Bitcoin. For the month of October, Cleanspark has been very healthy. So that 53% upside in a stock in less than a month obviously is a great run. Again, if you remember on the channel, down here at, we got under $11 at one point, and we were talking about how these numbers made just absolutely no sense at all. So our short-term price target was $15.68. We broke through that on the 15th, which was Friday, and we've held that ever since. We tested it on Monday, and we're up from there. So at the moment, Cleanspark's up 2.95%. We'll have to see where it ends up on the day. So, but that follows, again, this chart, very healthy for October. So this has been good. I'm going to put it against the Bitcoin chart here, because you'll see that even with this 50% increase in the month of October, if we go back to June, CleanSpark is lagging behind Bitcoin dramatically. So CleanSpark is actually down 14% from where it was in the middle of June, and Bitcoin is up 58% since then. So that's a massive, massive difference. So I am expecting still a lot more upside on CleanSpark. Again, you can see back here, these lines tend to mirror each other or crisscross. So this massive split that they've had from each other, I do believe that gap will close. CleanSpark is a healthy company. I just did a video on them yesterday. If you guys want to get my take on CleanSpark, I did a kind of a deeper dive on that. And they are up 3.32% right now today. And again, this is early in the trading day. It's not even 10 o'clock yet on Tuesday the 19th. So I'll finish here just on the actual Bitcoin chart itself. So those are my three laggers that I believe are going to play catch up. So that's Bitfarms, CleanSpark, and Riot. Just to give you an update right now, HUT actually is red on the day again today. It's down 3% at the moment, so we'll see how that holds. HUT has had a monster run. It's outperformed, I think, all of the major Bitcoin mining stocks over the last few months. So seems to be having a little bit of a pullback right now. Marathon is the other one that has drastically outperformed the other Bitcoin miners, and it's down 2.4% right now. So those two seem to be making a little correction here as Bitcoin is taking a breather inside of this range. I'm going to leave you at $62,839. I'm going to hope that we break this $63,000 brand new purple line. Let's have this be a one-day line only, and if we can cross that and turn that into support, then I think we make a run and break Bitcoin's all-time high. So that's what we're hoping for. Congratulations to everybody. Hopefully everybody has had a very good trading month so far. Let's keep it up, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.